Hello, everybody. I don't know what happened again. I'm going to hang on until everybody gets back on. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Apologize. I don't know what's going on. Spectrum, you suck. Sonny, thanks for coming back. I don't know what happened. The guy just got cut off. I don't know if Big Brother's watching. Maybe Big Brother's watching and they're cutting me off whenever I get excited. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We'll wait a little bit just to make sure everybody gets back on. Sorry for that. I don't know what happened. I get to drink my bubbly. You guys ever had this? 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 nothing. I don't know how they make this. But it's sparkling water with a little tinge of strawberry. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Now we have a new hour. No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm back on. Okay. So I'm going to start again. In an article today in the newspaper, the new study that just came out showing that there's a spike in deaths from suicide, alcohol, and drugs in Hawaii. We top the nation in overall healthcare. Hawaii tops the nation in overall healthcare. However, our suicide deaths since 2005 has jumped about 85%. We're at about 15 suicides per 100,000 population. Alcohol rose to 6 per 100,000 from 3.5, and drug deaths from 9 to 14. Those are just statistics. Hey, Darren, thanks for joining us. Thanks for all coming back, guys. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's up with this connection. Those are numbers. Those are the percentages. Those are statistics. The bottom line is we all know here, especially on Kauai, we've all been impacted and affected by the suicides. And alcohol deaths and all of these things. The bottom line is this. You could be the highest in the country with healthcare or being a healthy state, but we're not taking care of the problems that we have facing our people. We have more stressors in place. We all know that. Today, it's much more stressful to live in Hawaii today than it was 20 years ago. We know that. That's a given. We got drug problems. We got the opioids that are causing problems all over the place. Heroin has made a horrific comeback here on Kauai. A good friend of mine, the son, just admitted to him that he's addicted to heroin. Started with the opioids, Social media is another issue. We're focusing our lives around social media, and we're all doing that right here today on Facebook. But that's also causing stressors with Instagrams and Snapchats and all of these things where kids are being harassed and bullied and all of these things with social media. Mental health. We have spoke about mental health numerous occasions here on Facebook Live. We are among the 4 states in the country, 4, that rank lower on more of these indicators than we did on the indicators that we improved on. In other words, we're not doing a good enough job. We are not doing a good enough job. Rising health costs. We got people that should be in treatment facilities, and because of insurance, because of medical costs, they are at home killing themselves, dying slowly because they cannot afford to get into a treatment center, and we don't have the facilities to put them in. The study showed that we are getting worse in adults that say that they have mental illness or have been diagnosed with mental illness but cannot get help. We are getting worse. In other words, more of our mental illness patients are telling us that, yes, I have been diagnosed, but there's nothing available for me. That's not doing our job. We are not doing our job. We do more for the whales. We do more for the turtles. We do more for the blind cane spiders. We do more for the shearwaters than we do for our own human beings that are suffering from mental illness. And I understand it costs money. But so does food. So does medication. Keith, Charlotte, Donald, Jolene, thank you guys. Everything costs money. I always said this, it was never a money issue, it's a priority issue. If we are struggling in this area of servicing our mental our residents, citizens, civilians, whatever you want to call it, with mental illness, then let's work on that. Do we have to build more facilities? Let's build more facilities. We are not a private business. People say, Mel, you guys got to run government like business. No, you know that to some extent that's true. But you cannot base government operations on a bottom line. When you're dealing with social services, if that was the case, you would shut down fire stations that didn't have a lot of fires. You would cut back police if they didn't have many calls. If you're looking at the bottom line, certain things in government cannot be run like a business. You cannot be based on the bottom line. Alicia, Alfred, Justin, Julie, Eric, Carlos. You understand what I'm trying to say? I hope I'm making myself clear. There's certain things government has to provide that the government is going to have to pay for. And whether it's reallocating resources, cutting out fat, stop doing amenities and hitting the stuff that we need to do, that's how you get it done. And again, as I've stated so many times, if at the end of the day we have cut all the fat, we've got rid of all the positions that are no longer needed, and we still are short and we're not providing the core services to our people, such as mental health, and this is more for the state than the county, but nonetheless, the same rule applies both ways, then you may have to raise taxes. But until then, until we can fix our government and reduce our spending to the point we're providing the core services at a standard that is satisfactory, we need to focus on what the needs are. My husband has mental illness, and yes, we need more resources for people like him. Absolutely, Alicia. I mean, I so struggle with this. We've had to send him to Castle Hospital in Oahu to get him proper care. And again, we transport prisoners all over the country. We transport prisoners everywhere. We make sure they're fed. We make sure they got their medical help. And for the people that abide by the law-abiding citizens that have whatever mental illness they may be suffering from, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's a disease, it's an illness like any other organ of your body. Your brain is an organ, and if it's being affected, then we need to take care of it. And it's just sad. And this report makes it very clear that Hawaii is not doing our job, because you're counting how many people riding bikes, because you're counting how many people walk, because you're counting how many people eating vegetables. Yeah, you can get the designation, Hawaii is the healthiest state. And yet you go down the street and see all those homeless people suffering from mental illness, cannot get help. Oh, sorry, we no more resources. Oh, we're understaffed. Come on, people. If it's a priority, then you do what needs to be done. After the hurricane, we didn't have enough staff to clean up the mess, but you know what? We made it happen. You do what you got to do. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. When you look at these problems in government, in society, whether it's Kauai or Oahu or West Virginia, I don't care, and you have an obvious problem, to say we don't have the resources in government is not acceptable, is what I'm trying to say. It is not acceptable. Because we buy new vehicles every year. Is that really required? No. You can run that car another year. We buy all these fancy trucks and booms and lifts and all. Is that really required? Or could we get away with renting the big equipment when we really need it? This is what I'm trying to say. Hey, Mark, Scrappa Lifestyle, Aloha, Paul, Pancho, Raja, you guys. Awesome, awesome. I nominate you for the next governor of our state. I don't... I was just on the phone. I was a little bit late because I was on the phone. Someone had heard that I might be running for... at this point, I have no interest in public office right now. Yeah, Marlene, it was sad. Mahilona, one of the worst. Mahilona was here. They built Mahilona. I don't know how many of you know this, but they built Mahilona because of to treat the tuberculosis patients many years ago, and that has become one of our bigger hospitals. But yeah, it's not doing well. Resources, again, the allocation of resources is the problem. When we're talking about, I hate to bring up the rail again, but when we talk about the rail, they'll go find the money. They will go find a way to raise that billions and billions and billions of dollars to get that done. Now, is that more of a priority than a person suffering from mental illness that's living in the streets, basically living or dying a slow death? No. No, it's not more important. I'm sorry. I apologize if you're stuck in traffic on the west side of Honolulu. But when you look at everything from the 30,000 foot view, is that more important than taking care of our community with mental illness? I say no. But you see the big pick and well, Alicia, that's the thing. That's why politics is such a crazy animal, because it's not politicians. And my next topic, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Politicians don't think rationally or reasonably. They think politically. And that's what sells. That's what gets people to vote for you. And people are afraid of people like me because they think, the changes will be so drastic. Well, obviously no one can fix the problems overnight, but you got to walk before you run, and you got to start building that foundation, setting the mindset. You see, mindset is where it's at. It's all about the mind. Even in business, if you don't have a mindset to succeed, you're going to fail. I'm telling you, trust me. I've had several failures in business because I just never had the mindset to do what I needed to do. Hey, Kenny and Cindy, thank you. We got to start electing people that are, hey, Patsy, my wife is at a Zonta dinner tonight, so she's not here to help me with the technical issues, but the mindset is so critical. So if you can get a team of people together that has the same mindset, and when you have your meetings in the morning and you all have the same mindset, then it's going to work. But when you have politicians who everybody's out for themselves, making sure that they're going to get reelected in the next term, that's when problems start. Marlene, how you doing, Marlene? So again, it's difficult problems but we gotta address it, and you're not gonna address it. You're not gonna solve it, hey Angela, by ignoring it and pretending that it's not as bad as it is. And that is what I see. See, I'm a realist, and I've said this for many years. I'm a realist. People get scared of realists because they don't like what I'm gonna say, because it's not gonna make the organization look well. Well, you know what? If your body is ill, you don't like what the doctor's going to tell you, but you got to listen to the doctor. You got to accept the fact that, you know what, Mel, you're fat. You got to lose some weight. And if I'm not willing to accept that, and I tell the doctor, know what he's talking about, I'm not fat. I'm just too short for my weight. I love it. My point is this: if the leadership, if the powers that be at all levels of government had the sincere, genuine desire to improve the lifestyles of everyone in this country, we could get it done. I am convinced we could get it done. But if you're worried about your next election, then it's nothing's going to change. That's why nothing changes. You understand? So anyway, hey, Summer, how you doing, Summer? So that brings me to my next thing, which I thought, I don't know how many of you saw Jon Stewart's testimony at Congress. Yes, I think it was yesterday. Mel, have you seen the? Oh, hey, Vaughn, you're right there, buddy. I have my next item. You think Kauai issues, Big Island is even worse for medical care? Yeah, hey, Don, it's everywhere, buddy, and you live it every day. You see it every day, and thank you for your service, bro. But yeah, we all, we in that community, we see it every day. But anyway, so Jon Stewart, he used to be the host on a Daily Show, shows up at Congress, and if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to steal his thunder. You go and go to YouTube and just search Jon Stewart. That's all you need to do. Just put Jon Stewart. Hey, Alan, and probably one of the best testimonies I've ever seen in my life at any legislative hearing. Jon Stewart goes up there and he basically takes a huge dump on Congress. After 9/11, the Congress set up a 9/11 victims fund that was there to support the victims of 9/11. Very worthwhile, very expensive, but you know what? Those families deserved it, and it extended out to the first responders. And Congress was contemplating whether or not they're going to continue the funding for the first responders and their families. See, we have firefighters and police officers and sheriffs and all these first responders of 9/11 that have either died or are dying from the exposure to the noxious chemicals after that horrible incident. And Congress was actually contemplating ending the funding for the families of the first responders and for the first responders themselves. Now, we all know what happened. And Jon Stewart did a great job. When he showed up, the Congress side of the aisle was nearly empty. Where were they on this very important topic? And I think they were all out campaigning, whether they're running for president or whatever the heck, but they were not there. And hey, Mahina and Janine, Jon Stewart shows up and he said, this is he did say, he said, it's an embarrassment to this country and a stain on this institution. How dare you? He said, this is shameful that you folks would not even be present. We got a room full of first responders behind me that came to testify, and yet across of me in the Congress, the seats are empty. He said, this is shameful. And he said a whole lot more, and you got to watch it. You got to watch it. He talks about the response time of the firefighters was 5 seconds. And these guys are dying. If they didn't die in the actual incident, they're dying afterwards because of cancer and the exposure to all these. Anyway, he was pissed off. He broke down on a couple occasions, causing me to break down because I understand. And Congress, the next day, which may have been today, passed the bill because of Jon Stewart's testimony. You see, the Congress didn't give a shit about everyone else. Pardon my French. Patsy's going to go nuts right now. Hey, Tina and Susan and Anthony. They could care less about the firemen because this is not something that just started. Yeah, but now Jon Stewart comes up, celebrity status, and I thank God for him. He goes up there, and with his celebrity status, goes up there, rips him a new butthole, and the very next day, they were talking about, yeah, we're going to take action on this bill before July 4th, blah, blah, blah. John goes up there, rips him, and the very next day it passes. But why does it take that to happen? Why does it take, where's our Congress people's heads? The firefighters, the families, the widows were pleading with Congress for quite a while, and that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. You know, it was enough when Jon Stewart came on, because Jon Stewart has the notoriety. Jon Stewart, because it was Jon Stewart, that video went viral across the world. Voters saw it. And all of a sudden, Congress said, whew, we better pass this bill or we're going to lose the next election. Again, going back to what I said earlier. They didn't do it because they felt it was the right thing to do. They did it because they were afraid that if they didn't, Jon Stewart and his popularity was going to cost some people their elections. That's the reality, people. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's the reality. And I thank God for Jon Stewart and others like him that stand up for the people that cannot stand up for themselves. Kekane Pa, June Dale Furtado. Why in the shadow? So sad. Yeah, so anyway, that was something that I thought was really, really bothersome. And I was surprised he didn't vote that day. But again, thanks to John and his notoriety, his popularity, and and a viral video. They actually did the right thing. Okay, moving on. I know we only got about 10 more minutes. I'll go a little longer because we had that little break. I cannot believe this internet. This one is another troubling story out of Honolulu. Jerry Putnam, driving his vehicle drunk back in May of 2017, hits the moped rider, kills the moped rider. He's drunk. He gets out of his vehicle. Right, he hits the moped rider. The moped rider gets sent flying 35 or 40 feet or 50 feet. He dies 3 days later from the injuries in the accident. This guy gets out of his vehicle, walks around to check the damage on his car. He doesn't check the person that got hit. He checks the damage on his car, and he jumps back in the car and he leaves. Now there's an Uber driver who sees the whole thing, and he follows this guy home, calls 911. 9 cops get there. He fails the field sobriety. They send him to grand jury. He gets indicted for negligent homicide in the first degree and leaving the scene of an accident, 2 Class B felonies. They indict him. He pleads no contest in February. And the prosecutor is recommending a 10-year jail sentence. This is right in Oahu. He gets hit on Kapiolani Boulevard right by Ala Moana Shopping Center. Judge Catherine Remigio, remember the name, and if it's any of your relatives, I apologize. Hey, Auntie Grace, Tiffany, aloha, Brenda, thank you for joining us. If it's your relative, I apologize, but as far as I'm concerned, she sentenced him to 5 years probation. Drunk, crashes a moped, takes off, pleads no contest, and gets 5 years probation. Now, 2 Class B felonies. Prosecutor asked for 10 years. And he gets 5 years probation. Horrible. You talk about a miscarriage of justice, a travesty. Judge Catherine Remigio, I don't know who you are. I don't know how you sleep at night. I can only hope that the family files some kind of complaint with the Chief Justice and this case gets reviewed. Now it's too late. You cannot resentence the guy. Hey, Rebecca, bottom line is that that moped rider is gone. His family is suffering, and this guy is going to get 5 years probation. Unbelievable. All right. We're winding down. Okay. Hey, I got a special promotion for all of you guys, and as we wind out, so make sure you guys get this. You guys all know, Pat and I, we have this the online store apparel for those of you that have supported us and purchased some stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. I think you did because you didn't return it. I didn't get any complaints, but HawaiiFirstApparel.com. Let me just punch this in over here. Let me see. www.HawaiiFirstApparel.com. Boom. Does it show up? Yeah. So it's for wahinis, but guys, you can buy stuff for your wives and girlfriends and daughters or whatever. But for 24 hours only, today at 6:30 till tomorrow at 6:30, just 24 hours. This is a 24-hour deal. Hey, Janine and Chanel, 40% off. Okay, that's the most we can give because we got to cover the cost of the stuff, right? 40% off your entire order. For 24, you can order as much as you want. For 24 hours only, though, 40% off. And if you haven't been to the site, check it out. We got dresses, pants, tops, jumpsuits, shoes, jewelry. We got a special section for the plus sizes. We got a huge selection for plus sizes because that's me. So the code is right here. I'm going to punch it in. It's very simple. It's 40 capital OFF. So when you get to the checkout page, you put in 40 off. You get 40% off of your entire order. I don't care how much you spend. You get 40% off right there. That's the code, 40 OFF. But only for 24 hours, okay? So, and if you're watching this on the replay, if you're watching this on Facebook Live after we get off the air or on YouTube, then you just got to private message me because that code won't work after tomorrow night at 6:30. But you will message me and we'll have a new code for you. And we want to do this for 2 things. I want to thank the people and thank all of you for supporting Hawaii Online. Hawaii First Apparel. Hey, Paul. And we also want to introduce our line to all of you that haven't tried it. Get it there. You're going to love what you see. You got to sign up for our newsletter as well. Just go up there, put your name in the newsletter box because we do send out newsletters occasionally. Try to do it once a month with specials that we just want to share it. We can get it out to you guys, and And again, it's at 40% off. We're not making much money. We want to introduce you to the store, and we want you to try it and use it, because it's, I tell you, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. Also, 4th of July, Kauai Hospice at Vidina Stadium Soccer Field. You guys all know the place. We're there every year. This is our 10th anniversary for myself, my family, and our friends. This is our 10th. Hey, Priscilla, Lorna, Paul, Billy, and Shane. How you guys? This is our 10th anniversary for doing the hamburgers and hot dogs for Kauai Hospice. Kauai Hospice, as you know, a great organization. They, when my mom, on her final days, I cannot thank Kauai Hospice enough. And I've heard the same story from everyone that has come in contact with them. So, again, this is our 10th anniversary. Please come down. It's $10. Let me see. It's $10 in advance. It's $10 for adults. Kids from 6 to 12 are $5, and 5 and under are free. That's in advance. You get them from Times or Big Save. At the door, it'll be $15 for adults and $7 for kids 6 and above. So get your tickets early. We got Halal Kale Mokihana Olena Ala is going to be performing. Shar Carrillo is going to be performing. Kimberly Hope, the violinist, an amazing violinist, and the showstopper at the end, Capena, is coming back. So, but the highlight of the show is not the fireworks. It's the hamburgers and the hot dogs in our booth. Hey, Kevin and Jason and Lori, thanks, guys. I know we're coming on a tail end here. I'm going to go a little beyond because we had that little glitch. But anyway, please, if you can, it's a great cause. And the fireworks show, as you know, is phenomenal. I tell you, be there. Get over there. Get your tickets early and stop by the booth. And for the first time, it's going to be a non-political booth. Yay! No more Rapozo for council or mayor banners. It's going to be just our family and our friends helping hospice with a very successful event. And I hope you guys can all join us there. Don't forget to stop by and say hello. And see you guys there. Also, the tip for the day. I saw this today on Facebook, and how many of you guys get junk mail? You guys get junk mail come in. I don't know what it is, but I'm getting more junk mail today than I've ever received. Most of those junk mail parcels come with a return envelope that has a prepaid postage, so you don't have to put a stamp. So this is what we all going to do from now. Hey, Kuipo, how you doing, sweetie? We're going to take all the junk mail. We're going to rip them up into little strips. We're going to stuff them back in the envelope. We're going to seal the envelope, and we're going to put it right back in the mailbox. You know, if it's beyond the postage that they pay, they're going to have to pay. But imagine the looks on these guys' faces when they open it up and all this rubbish comes out. So that's the tip for the day. Hey, Manny Cabral, how you doing? I'm serious. Let's do that from tomorrow forward. If you got mail tonight, when you come home, do it. If you got junk mail, I'm serious. Let's do it. Let's send a message. Let's send a message. All right. Anything you guys want to talk about real quick? You've got about 5 more minutes. I want to wish all the fathers out there happy Father's Day on Sunday. We just had Mother's Day. I don't know what Patsy has in store for me on Father's Day. I'm thinking either a Boston Whaler or Harley Davidson. I don't know. Either one will work. I don't know. My garden's growing. My corn's growing nice. I cannot wait for my daughter's coming home in August too. That's I cannot wait for that. One of the things, it's so nice to have 2 kids that are, I'm your Father's Day gift. My daughter says she's my Father's Day gift. Thank you. That's the best gift I could ever have. But when you have 2 kids and they're doing really well and you're happy because they're surviving on their own, and you're sad because you don't get to see them every day and you don't get to hug them no more and stuff. So, while I'm happy that they're out there and doing their thing and learning life and enjoying life, man, I wish they were home. But my daughter's coming home in August, and I cannot wait. So, happy Father's Day to all of you out there. And again, if you guys want to cover or discuss anything for next week, shoot me a message. Let me know. what you guys want to talk about. Hold on. Oh my gosh, here we got some comments. I've been doing that with the junk mail for a long time. Oh, perfect. Ribs at Kauai New Hope. Is that, oh, right on, Sunday, Father's Day service at Kapa, at the school, ribs. Okay, I got it. Nikki says, without me, you wouldn't be a father. That is true. Happy Father's Day, Dad. I love you and I miss you too, man. My pop's been on the mainland for a long time. But happy Father's Day, Dad. He's a repeat visitor here at Facebook Live, and I cannot tell you how happy I am. It's so cool. But yeah, if you guys want to chat about anything, just throw it in the box. We'll try to do the research and get the discussion going next week. YouTube channel Mel Rapozo. Don't forget, get over there, subscribe. So when the new videos hit, you can go ahead and check it out. And don't forget, again, HawaiiFirstApparel.com. You get till 6:30 tomorrow night, 40% off. Don't forget, okay? You can order something for yourself, ladies, for Father's Day. Because many of you, like Patsy, at times had to be mommy and daddy. You know, daddy works. You know, as a cop, I was hardly home. Mommy was mommy and daddy. So it's a Father's Day for you folks too. So do it for yourself, ladies. For Father's Day, get yourself something from HawaiiFirstApparel.com. God, I sound like a salesman. People, we're going to sign off. We appreciate you guys being here again. We'll be here next Wednesday, again, 5:30 to 6:30. YouTube channel, Mel Rapozo. You got my message box. Shoot me a message. Can't wait to see you guys next week. Don't forget, Father's Day. Enjoy yourselves. God bless all of you. Love you guys. Take care. Have a great, great, great evening. Aloha.